Now, some people are operationally very strong and some are not. With my experience working with hundreds of operators, one of the things I noticed with many operators, they're an amazing entrepreneur, they like to go and take actions, they've gone go get a unit, but then the biggest problem comes, right? Because when you're not getting that right terms and conditioning in place, you're not sending, and as much as I love people taking actions and doing things before, taking actions before they've got things, I also want to make sure that we think the longevity of your business. And here is a gift from us. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact process operationally that you want to do when you get an inquiry to actually checking out. And hopefully by the end of this video, please comment down below every single step that you've taken in your business, or if you're about to start. This will save you thousands of pounds from refund, cancellation, even investing on mentorship, who are just going to give you those templates anyway, which is as easy as this. And over the last 5 years, I've taken the best of the best from all my clients. I've learned different processes from my client, put it together for you guys to make sure that you have a full process of breakdown of what happens when an inquiry comes through to checking out. Now look, people ask me, why do I do what I do? And I'm always like, look, I want to protect you as a business owner. Like, why not? If as our Airbnb business is getting bigger and bigger, there's more people investing on it. I want to make sure you are protected as a business owner. Secondly, I want to protect your property, right? Because you've decided if it's your own property, you want to still protect it from things going wrong, and also protect it from hopefully running the business in the right way. And lastly, if you're doing a rent-to-rent arbitrage or rent-to-rent service accommodation, you want to protect your landlords, because at the end of the day, they've trusted you with their property to do what you want to do to make more money. So without further ado, I want to go through kind of about 10 steps in this process on what you must do from inquiry, and we'll start with the first part of getting an inquiry. So let me take you to my screen and let's go through that full training now. So as you can see from my screen, when you launch your property and let's say you had an inquiry come through, now it could be through an Airbnb, because that's when an inquiry comes through, or a direct. What you must do is if you are in an option to say request to book and people have to inquiry, then you've obviously got to ask certain questions. As soon as an inquiry comes through, please make sure you are asking 4 things. This is with every inquiry that comes through. Find out the exact date of their stay. Now, if it's a direct booking, you've got to do that via an email or a text. Right, that is simple. Ideally, even both. If you've got time to do it, you want to know exact time for their, what dates they're coming to stay. Secondly, you want to find out the numbers of guests staying. A lot of time people don't check that, which means people will book for 2 people, but then end up coming with 4 people, which then doesn't match on the nightly rate you're offering. What is their reason for stay? The reason why we ask that is, if you remember, I did a recent video around guest booking behavior. We want to understand why that customer's choosing you, and what is the reason they want to book with you, and what's the reason for them to stay around. Because as soon as you do that, and if let's say a customer's going, oh, just to let you know, my house is not completed, we're just in process of completion, you're thinking, well, they're going to stay with you for a month, but maybe potentially will they be looking to extend? And that's another question to ask. If you ask these 4 questions, it will allow you to create a better deal for this person. And last but not the least, if you want to ask them for like car parks, anything like that, that's very much the important part. So look, if it's an inquiry, you do that. Obviously, if you've already got a booking, it's completely different, but it's worth engaging with them with these questions. Now, after that, you go into step number 3, which is always put an offer on an email or a platform messaging. This way, your offer is documented. Now, the reason why I say that is 90% of time, people speak to people on phone, right? You've got a direct booking lead, you trust that person, you give them the, saying, oh yeah, we are available, this is we're going to charge you £4,000, can you send me the invoice? Now, when you do that, what happens is you're not documenting the process, which means, for me, what if something goes wrong? It's happened to our clients again and again. And look, this is such a legal thing that I'm trying to make you guys understand, but if something goes wrong in the property and you haven't got a documentation of actually offering them something apart from just giving them the invoice, there is going to be a massive issue. So we need to make sure that your offer is documented. Step number 4, once you've sent the offer and that it's been accepted, you ask them for a payment, obviously, and send them the invoice if it's direct, or if everything's confirmed, you accept it on your OTA platform. So that is step number 4 complete. After that, step number 5, you check the payment if it's received or not, and obviously double check it with the client and confirm to them that you've received the payment. Step number 6 is where you want to, if you've got a channel manager, you want to, if it's if it's a direct booking, you've got to go and manually put in and obviously put the dates and when they're checking out, and make sure that you are fully up to date on channel manager. Obviously, the main reason here is once you block your calendar on step number 6, then you're not going to get double booked on Airbnb and booking.com as long as you're linked with your channel manager. Now guys, if you're new to Airbnb business and you don't understand what a channel manager is, I have done a separate video, actually a video around how many channel managers there are, what they offer, so do go and check that as well. Step number 7, if the booking is written or is actually within that next 90 days, straight away make sure you give an alert to your housekeeping team, because again, you want to make sure that your cleaners are given enough time and understanding that they need to come out on that certain day for checkout. Obviously, I'll always set a reminder closer to time, but as soon as the booking is confirmed, it's worth letting your cleaning team know. Step number 8, you should have already set an automation for the following messages to go to your guest. Number 1, it's got to be a welcome message with a thank you confirmation to say, thanks for booking with us, Now, number 2 is to make sure that you complete a following before a kind of pre-arrival form, which is you need to send them for ID, right? Make sure you are taking their ID. They've got to email it, or you can automate it. There's loads of software behind it. You need to send them the terms and condition. Remember guys, they will only check in your property once they've signed your terms and condition. Never allow people to sign, and not sign your terms and condition and let in your property. Very, very important. And lastly, I say to my clients, there's 2 different options you can automate. One, you can say them how to get to your property, just make their life a lot easier. You can do a video while you're setting it up and save it on a drive, so then you can share it to your guests. It makes their life a lot easier. Remember guys, you want to make sure your customers are getting great customer experience. And last but not the least, how-to videos, which means it's like an online guide, how to locate Wi-Fi, how to open the key box, all the basic things. You can take videos, share it on a drive, which really kind of sets you apart from your competition. Now, once that's done, we're now moving to step number 9, which is the day of check-in. You need to send an automation email. You can set it for 12 in the afternoon because your check-in is at 3, that you need to send them and give all the information about check-in, everything they need to know. Now, step number 10, it depends. If the customer's staying with you for 7 days or longer, you should automate it within 24 to 48 hours through your channel manager, which is a checkup email to say, hope you're well, hope everything's going really well. Please make sure you are doing these things, right? Is, making sure that are they okay? Are they looking to extend and all that kind of stuff. Step number 11, again, you can sometimes make it manual, but for me, within this process nowadays, you can automate it, which is asking client closer to date on their checkout about their potential extension. Again, 90% of operators don't do this, which means they're missing a trick. And I've had so many clients because they don't do that, the guest has gone back in and booked it via their OTA, which means they've lost, just because they didn't ask, they've lost themselves that 18% commission because the client has gone back into OTA and extended. Step number 12, email automation to set up the checkout rules. So obviously tell them what the rules are. Step number 13, your guest checks out. Step number 14, you straight away speak to your housekeeping team to make sure that the clean went fine and they are ready for the next guest. Again, very, very important. You just not rely on your housekeeping team to do so. You should be checking in with them. And last but not the least, in step number 15, you send the guest a thank you message and ask for a review to make sure that you are getting the best review. And step number 16, you rinse and repeat. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this 16-step process that we've done for you. It's such an important part of your journey. There's certain things that people do that there's certain, like, especially working with so many clients, and look, I'm putting this out there, I give this for my clients. We've got much more detailed processes for our clients, and we also help them automate it through Automate Your BnB. But the most important thing was, for me, was there's certain things that people don't do in the first part of the inquiry, which then really makes a difference on the later end when people are staying, have issues and stuff like that. So look, I hope you enjoyed another free training with us. I've done loads of video on my channel. We don't have a massive client base, but I can tell you today in YouTube, we get enough people watching our video, really learning from it. We've got clients who go back and watch our video to learn these processes, to implement them in their businesses and make sure that they are being sustainable, right? So guys, look, thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you hit that like, subscribe and share. My WhatsApp is actually down below. You can send me any message you want. If you like this video, do send me a message. If you've got a question about how to do this, send me a message. Me or the team will send you a reply in probably less than 24 hours to give you any support you need. So guys, thank you so much for watching another Grow Your BnB video. Please make sure that you're hitting this like and subscribe to this channel.